Shalom, Shalom and welcome. Welcome to the White Rose Family Channel. My name is Symmanayah, and this channel represents the words I am compelled to present before a set-apart awakening nation. To those who are drawn by the Almighty Creator, Yahuah, to Yahusha Mashiach. The name Yahusha represents Yahuah's word manifest, the birth, the virgin birth, the sacrifice, the resurrection. The name Yahusha is the name given to his spirit for us to identify his plan that brings us into restoration. He being Yahuah, the Almighty One, the beginning and the end, the Aleph and the Tah. In this channel, O Yashar'al, you will see things that are related to the realities of end times to discover what must and will come to be. You see, I honestly believe that the final Exodus will come to fruition, come to reality in the month known as December of 2023. I will present that case in the series of the final Exodus. I will present the case how we will be gathered from the four corners of the earth. I will echo instructions and words and messages that I believe I am compelled to present to those who will be among the 144,000, 12,000 Hebrews of each of the 12 tribes as mentioned in Revelation 7 chapter. I will also present information that is necessary for the great multitude of many nations, kindreds, and tongues, which is also mentioned in that chapter. My brothers and sisters, I'm compelled to believe that the 7 major feast days present a blueprint for vetting, for examining one another as we find ourselves beginning to come together in unity by the power and might of the Almighty Father, as he work and walk through us, one towards another, as he provide witness to his promises coming to realities. The White Rose Family Channel, I believe, keys to examining things to determine what is indeed set apart rest with the purposes of the feast day. Consider these: Passover, instructions to life. Without understanding the instructions to life, how can we sit there and come together? How can we say we represent the set-apart family of Yashar'al if we don't understand the instructions to life? That Yahusha himself is the Passover lamb. And before that, there was a Passover that occurred during the days of Musha. So Passover, instructions to life. We must understand that there are instructions to life. And when the Almighty Father draws us, he draws us to his instructions, his orders. Unleavened bread. So we come to understand the instructions to life, and now there's unleavened bread. The feast here is saying we must be able to discern between right or wrong as we grow. If we don't understand the importance of discerning between right and wrong and jump out there prematurely, haphazardly, we will make grave mistakes. So we must understand the discipline required to discern between good and evil. Unleavened bread, not influenced by man, but influenced by the spirit and might of the Almighty Father. You see, leaven means influence. In this regard, I believe one of the purposes of the Feast of Unleavened Bread is to emphasize the need to discern between good and evil. First fruits. Some will get things quicker than others, and they will struggle, wondering why others will not receive it. First fruits is to let us know that there are those who will receive. There are those who will be chosen to deliver messages and words and instructions quicker than others. But do not be discouraged if you are one who received things quicker than others, or you have received a message quicker than others are able to understand. Do not be discouraged, my brothers and sisters. The Feast of Harvest indicates that there will come a time when more and more people will get it. They will understand the orders and instructions that are going forward. The Feast of Trumpets and the excitement of everyone getting it and receiving the things from the Almighty Father during these end times to navigate through these times of uncertainty. as more receive the instructions and confirm and reaffirm what the Almighty Father is doing, excitement will come, and the Feast of Trumpets will declare and proclaim deliverance, his judgment, the coming together of a set-apart nation. But in that excitement, we stumble and fall. Thus, the feast, in that excitement, it represents the Feast of Trumpets, proclaiming, acknowledging his judgment, his deliverance, his presence. And then we have the Feast of Atonement, meaning when we stumble and fall, we are washed by the blood of the Lamb. He renews us. The Spirit of the Almighty Father renews us. By the atoning blood of Yahusha Mashiach, we are cleansed, and through his set-apart spirit, we rise up anew. In the Feast of Tabernacle, to let us know how to understand these earthen vessels, that within this earthen vessel is the Spirit, our spirit, joined with the Almighty Father through Yahusha Mashiach, his word. By his word, we are joined with him. Our spirit within this earthen vessel. And yes, the flesh war against the spirit, as it is written. But we will come to understand that this tabernacle, this body, these bodies have a spirit. And within our spirit, we are joined with Yahusha Mashiach. We are joined to Yahuwah. My brothers and sisters, as you examine the content of this channel, I want you to understand that I will introduce things regarding end-time realities, the final Exodus, and the closing scroll, end-time instructions, warnings, and orders, information for navigating through end-time conditions, and more, for the building up of a set-apart family during our final days. I want to bring your attention, and I want you to pause, but I want you to take a moment and read Isaiah 43, 5 through 7. Isaiah 43, 5 through 7. And I want to bring your attention that though there will be a final exodus, we must realize, as it states in the 7th verse of Isaiah 43, all those who are called by my name, whom I have created, formed, even made for my esteem. Some will lead you and mislead you and provide an erroneous sense of comfort to think that everybody will be gathered from everybody that's set apart will be gathered from the four corners of the earth. They use the academic prowess when it says not one will be left behind. But understand this, my brothers and sisters, some of us will die as martyrs for Yahusha's name. Some of us will die out of rebellion and disbelief. Some of us will be left. But we're not left behind as man see it. We would have been taken to the grave. The widespread destruction that is coming, O Yashar'al, some of us will face it. Remember, it rains on the just and the unjust. Remember also, it is written that he has no respect of person. It would be erroneous for us to think that everyone, remember the scripture speaks of martyrs for Yahusha's name. It speaks of a falling away. It speaks of those led astray. But it also speaks of those being gathered from the four corners of the earth. Yashar'al, Yashar'al, consider John 6:44. No one is able to come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I shall raise him up in the last day. We must know that no one can come to the Father except by Yahusha Mashiach. And it is the Father who draws us to him, to his plan, to his word, to understand what we must do. Yashar'al, consider John 14:25 through 27, where Yahusha is quoted as saying, these words I spoke to you while still with you. But the Helper, the set-apart Spirit, whom the Father shall send in my name, he shall teach you all and remind you all of all that I've said to you. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. My brothers and sisters, this channel, again, I say, I present end-time realities, things that must come to be. It's not based on a maybe or if. Hear, O Yashar'al, known as Israel, the time is now to discern what must and will come to be. I invite your comments, your questions. Reach out, O Yashar'al, for unity will come. As you examine all that is on here, understand this: I am merely your brother, if you are indeed one drawn by the Almighty Father to Yahusha Mashiach. And I consider you my family. Again, I say the time is now to begin to make wise decisions, to begin to discern and act. On that note, as you listen to the messages, if you have any questions, I can be reached at Symmanayah@gmail.com. Symmanayah@gmail.com. I invite you to visit my website at Watchman.net. On that note, be encouraged, O Yashar'al. The Almighty Father knows all, sees all. He knows the very intent of each of us. Again, I welcome you to this channel. Be encouraged. I salute you who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. I salute you who recognize that Yahusha Mashiach is indeed our mediator, our sovereign. Some will say, use the word king. But he is indeed the word of Yahuah. On that note, my name is Symmanayah, and I say to you, Shalum.